What's up, this is Sean, coming to you from Valencia, Spain. This is my monthly video where I try to give you an idea about where we lived and worked the past month. So this is our last day in Spain. Tomorrow we fly to Mexico City to begin kind of the second half of this journey in Mexico, and then we're going to go through South America. So this is our balcony here, just to show you. This is our apartment. And this is actually the first nice day that we've had in about 3 weeks. I don't know if you can see. Pretty sunny out, thankfully, but this is the big park. We're at the very northern edge of this park that kind of wraps around the city here, so it's a gorgeous day, first we've had in a while, so I'm excited to be able to show you some stuff here. So let me first, before we walk to the workspace, we always go from where I live to where I work. I figured let me just show you where we live. This is our living room here. This month I lived with Eddie and Lish. And you can see, here's our kitchen. Pretty standard. That's actually not a dishwasher, that is a laundry clothes washer. Bathroom here. And, this is my room. I'm actually packed for the first time. I don't have to scramble like I always do the day of travel day to get packed, so I am all set. See, this was Eddie's room there. And then we've got like a little laundry drying room back here. Apparently there was, the family who owned this had a kid. There's a crib there. Dock behind our place. You see, and I don't know if you can see that. Everyone here in Spain dries their laundry on their balcony. And so I don't know what they've done like these last 3 weeks because it's been raining pretty much every day. That's Lish's room there. So anyway, so I figure what we could do is we'll walk and talk. I'll kind of update you on the month and what's been happening, and then yeah, show you the workspace. It's cool. So we came here on the heels of Rabat, it was super interesting. I talked about this concept that I call parallax, I think in my Belgrade video, which is basically that idea that like when you have a fixed background, here I'll show you again. You have a fixed background, you have an object, and then just by moving your position, you realize you can see the movement against the fixed background. And it's like in a lot of times we have these things that we don't even know are variables, things like, the ability to drink the tap water, or know that you're going to have electricity or whatever. So travel has been awesome for exposing those things. I think the Rabat experience was a good example of that. Like coming here, you'll see the park that we walked through. Like I've never been so appreciative of greenery and like foliage, and it made me like basically realize that the whole urban planning, like what is the value of having parks in a city. So that's something I've never really like thought about before. And so definitely just that experience of the very first day here, walking through the park and just being like so thankful of, trees and grass and all that stuff. So give you an idea, traffic is also like sane again. Like people actually use traffic lanes and stay in their lanes. God, it's so nice to have sun too. It's been really cloudy and gray lately. So, but yeah, no. So we got here after Rabat. That first weekend we were here, we actually flew out our boat captain from Croatia, or Broatia. So there was 8 guys who had gone when we were back in Belgrade. We went to Croatia and took a boat around for a week. And we really bonded with our boat captain, this guy Bruno. And so we surprised him, coordinated with his wife, flew him out. He didn't know until the night before, so we flew him out from Croatia and then did a weekend with him. That was really cool. So that was the first weekend, and then the next day, Chase, Chris, and I all went to Ireland, and then flew into Dublin, did 2 nights there, and then drove across. Rented a car and drove the countryside. It was really awesome. That was like definitely the highlight for me this month. So then what did we do? Yeah, like drove to Dingle Peninsula, did a night in Ennis. We saw the Cliffs of Moher, which was like, that was one of the surreal moments of this trip. When, you know, when we talk about that digital nomading, like 1 minute I'm in, you know, looking over the most beautiful cliffs, like just like surreal scene. And then I had a call right after that, like 10 minutes later. So I'm running through a rainstorm, which turned into a hailstorm, get to the car. I'm tethered on my phone over a VPN, over SSH, doing business intelligence reports, talking to this guy like on a screencast, like video conferencing. It was just surreal. Like, and no one had any idea where I was, but like minutes before, I'm basically like just looking at this crazy scenery. So it's, I mean, that's why we do this. Like, it's an unforgettable experience. So this is that park I was telling you about. Give you an idea. Like, they play soccer pretty much every night there. But yeah, it's just, this is a gorgeous area. So yeah, this is just basically the way I walk to work every day. Okay, so then, yeah, so Ireland, flew back through Barcelona. The whole reason, by the way, so this is something new that I'd never even heard of before this trip. This thing called Schengen. So Schengen is essentially the EU. There's like some slight differences, but you can only spend, as a visa-less traveler, you can only spend 90 of the last 180 days in the Schengen. And so I found out that the trip we took to Budapest put me over by like 2 days or something. So I had to go to Ireland just to clear up that visa issue. Chase had the same thing. Chris just wanted to go. But this was something that's like I had to cancel a kite surfing trip like 2 weeks before because I was already over the visa limit. So anyways, all this stuff is new to me, but so yeah, so then came back through Barcelona, saw a soccer game there. Since then, I haven't really done much, and I haven't seen enough of this city. Like, admittedly, this is one where I kind of wish we had more time here. We only had 4 weeks on this city. It would definitely have been nice to have done 4 weeks in Morocco and 5 weeks here, but it is what it is. So yeah, no, but we did some, like, I did like a walking tour of Carmagnola. Just kind of checked out a lot of food places. Exercise has kind of slid off of a cliff this month, and I've definitely been eating a lot of carbs and whatnot, but I don't know how that's not necessarily going to change for the better in Mexico. I feel like there's going to be a lot of tacos in our future here. You can see, I'm going to walk us up top so you can see a little more of the city, but this is another path. You can basically walk down there to the Workspace. So yeah, no, but honestly, like, this is kind of a solitary month, I would say. Like, it feels, a lot of the people, there's 3 workspaces, so it's split, and I think a lot more people have worked from home or opted out or just not been here, but I feel like I just haven't been as connected to the group as past months, I guess, but it's all right. And then, yeah, just some like personal stuff earlier in the month, so, and I think coupled with the weather, it's just been really, really gray and rainy, so I think that affects attitude. But all in all, productivity-wise, yeah, so I'll update you on the Pagely stuff. It's been good. Like, I had a really strong month. It looks like, so we got 1 month left in the year, and my goal was to double our revenue this year. It looks like we're just gonna miss it, so I'll know obviously more I'll know by the end of next month, but it looks like we're gonna come in at about 95%, which sucks we missed the goal, but at the same time, like, it's a really strong showing. So I'm happy with that. Like, 95% of goal is fine with me. So stuff that I'm working on, other than doing the sales, like, I have 2 main projects right now. So I've started implementing our business intelligence. I'm really excited about this. We're using a tool, we looked at a bunch of them, but we're using this one called Grow. And this is the thing that I was setting up at the Cliffs of Moher, which is crazy. But it basically allows us to ask questions of the data. So we like log all our data from every system into this thing called Redshift, and then we mine it using this tool called Grow. And like, we can literally ask any question we want to know and set up these charts and graphs. And so like it's been cool just like dusting off the SQL knowledge and getting back. I used to be a computer programmer, so like going back to that and like remembering how to write queries and, you know, join data sets and start to mock all this stuff up and figure out the charts we need to know. So that's been really interesting. So that's project number one. Project number two is the automations that I think I've talked about. Because here's the deal, it's like what got us here in 2016 to the revenue we're at, like we doubled, but every time you double, it gets that much harder to then double again. So what got us here is not going to get us there basically in 2017. And I think what is going to get us there is the automations, just being a lot smarter about our outreach, dialing all that in, the inbound marketing. So at least we do have the dedicated marketing person, we do have the dedicated SDR now. So there is like the beginnings of a little team there, which is good. But yeah, just like I think our outreach and then all the stuff that Rod's been working on content-wise, he's like doing a really good job just rebooting all that. So that will slowly have a payoff in terms of our inbound, and then dialing in the outbound with the outreach is what's going to get us there. So here we're coming up on this. This is kind of interesting. This big structure you can see that they're putting up. Valencia apparently has like their own little Burning Man. It's called Fallas de Valencia. And so they're like, I think Sunday night, they're gonna burn this thing. But they've been constructing it here. There's this cool like castle behind it. So yeah, that's like their Burning Man thing. That's the castle. So anyways, you probably heard enough of me talking right now. I'll just kind of fast forward this and we'll walk. It's about another 10 minutes to the workspace, so we'll get going. Alright, so we're coming up on the workspace here. I'll show you on a map where we were, where we're going. Oops, got a car going here. Alright, so here's where we are. I don't know if you can see this. Oops. So here's where we are. This is where we walked. We were up here at the apartment. And so this is our workspace. I have to be kind of quiet because people are working, but Waco is where we've worked. There's actually 2 other workspaces. I haven't gone to the other ones. This is the closest one for me. Hola. This is like kind of the back area. I TRX'd on that tree one of the days when it was raining. So that's all like shared workspace down there. Oop, let me close the door. That's like shared co-work. So that's where actual people from Valencia work. And then they gave us like a dedicated spot up here for remote here. So this is usually where we work. Tyler, say what's up. I'm doing my monthly video.
Hey.
Dude, is that the suit? Is this the suit?
Part of it, yeah.
Damn. So
It's the vest.
So Tyler picked up a custom tailored suit in Prague.
That I did.
That was sharp, my man.
And jacket. I gotta tell you, I never really experienced this before, but you know, maybe this isn't appropriate for this is for your mom, right?
This is like for the world, but yeah, I mean, mostly my
Okay,
friends
well,
and family watch it.
It's probably not the most politically correct thing to say, but you've really got to get some silk-lined trousers in your life. It's amazing.
And there it is, silk-lined trousers, everyone. That may be the gear shout out this month, I think. I think we'll say silk-lined trousers. Look at that. That is a sharp-looking suit, my man. Boom. All right, so I'm going to show you upstairs. And then get to work here. Oops. So really, like the most quiet place for me to do calls is this room up here. Looks like there's actually some people in it, but so this is where I've done a lot of calls. Anyways, this is where we've worked. I will be going home for the holidays for a week, so I'm excited about that this month, and I'm super excited for Mexico City. I think so. We now begin like the next kind of chapter in this whole adventure. We say goodbye to Europe tomorrow, and then it'll be basically Mexico, and then the rest in South America. So super excited about that. Spanish is dialed in. Looking forward to it. All right. Yeah. So cool. So if you're in Phoenix and you're watching this, I will be home on the 26th. We're doing a happy hour with a bunch of people. So just ask me for an invite to that, and hopefully I can catch up with you there. All right. See you soon.